All right, so we're going to make this one fast. I just want to talk about this real quickly again. Kind of a part two for Hope's power being downplayed in Legacies, but not really. Um, you know, Hope being too weak has always ticked me off as a person in Legacies. But let's talk about the originals first. So in the originals, I understand why Klaus is supposed to be on like an even playing field with these people, or having Marcel be more powerful than him as an upgraded original, is because he is the original hybrid. No one should come in contact with him, so they had to make more powerful witches like Dahlia and the Hollow and stuff. But when it comes to Hope and stuff, it makes sense that his daughter can be more powerful than him in the originals, because that's just the way that the story goes and stuff. That's just how it is in everything else. You know, with it, and Hope having the Hollow in her in her body, with absorbing the Hollow and capturing it in season 5, and then unleashing all that power. And then without the Hollow, she's still a very powerful person. We see it earlier in season 5 when she freaks out with Freya in Mystic Falls. She tells them to leave her alone, and she almost burns down the mill and stuff. But my problem is that it's okay to have side characters be powerful, but I feel that it is a problem when you downplay a main character. It happens in Supergirl as well, where an explosion that high rattles Supergirl's and knocks her in the ocean. She has to be fished out, but like her cousin, it would just rattle him. I think the other thing for Supergirl, though, to apply this to kind of like Hope and stuff about like how power works, is that um with Kara, is that she's higher potency. She's 13 years old when she gets to Earth and stuff, so she has a higher age difference, and that's why her cells are more mature and she has more solar sunlight. So that's why she gets rattled by bigger explosions and stuff, where Clark can adjust himself right away. And that's the same with Hope, is that like, because she's so powerful and her cells have so much energy inside them of vampirism, werewolf, and witch powers, there's maybe a reason why sometimes it looks like she's weaker, but she's not. But the other thing here is that what ticked me off is that there's an episode, I believe season 1 or 2 of Legacies, where it's called Mummy on Mummy on Main Street. Sorry, I said Mun Street, Main Street, and there's a mummy on Main Street, I think is the title of it. But the point of that episode is that Lizzie and Hope both get hit by his powers, and they both go down, but Josie doesn't, and Josie's able to cast a spell and be like this powerful witch. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, the thing here is that, remember, all the monsters in Legacies are coming from Malifaux. Hope, when she gets shot by the slug gun of Malivore bullets, doesn't affect her. Why? Because she's the tribrid and stuff. It's not because of a loophole. I personally don't think that Hope was just born for a loophole. She's unique and stuff. They're just trying to assess that and make it stupid in Legacies. But the point here is that I never liked how they always weaken the main character. I understand that someone has to be on their playing field, but to get manipulated and everything, I think it's also a reflection of Klaus not being around. When If Klaus was around for season 5 of the originals and season 1, 2, 3, and 4, she would have never stabbed, regardless of her humanity off and on. She would have never switched bodies with Aurora. She would have never got manipulated by Roman. Why? Because Klaus would be around regardless of the Hollow being there and stuff. Because none of that would have ever happened and stuff. Or maybe they could have taken a piece of White Oak, and even if Haley got her werewolf side binded, she could have been an original vampire and she would have survived. I don't know. The point here is that when they do Hope's power, they always downplay a certain main character. It doesn't matter who it is. It really doesn't. We know that Luke in Star Wars is more powerful than his father, same way Hope is more powerful than her father. But at the same time, there's so much stuff where you're downplaying a character and you're not giving them the spotlight in their own show, which kind of pisses people off and stuff. It happens in Supergirl, it happens in Legacies, because Hope in season 5 of the originals can be whatever she wants. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on this stuff. But personally, I think that Hope's power definitely got outplayed and was preposterous around what happened in the show. But that's all I got for you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the next one.